or rape trials involving minors. But sealed cover submissions are different. While in an in-camera trial, the accused gets a chance to assess the information and arguments being made against him. In case of sealed covers, one or at times, both the parties don't get access to those submissions. It is strictly between the court and the party asked to submit information. A reason why there is a debate on when should a court allow submissions in sealed cover. More so, after the Supreme Court dismissed public interest litigations seeking an independent inquiry into India's purchase of Rafale fighter jets from France Dassault Aviation. The court had sought submissions on details such as pricing and the negotiation process in a sealed cover. While the Supreme Court plays a pivotal role in ensuring transparency to engender public trust in state machinery and institutions, sealed covers are often used in matters where national security and public peace is at stake. In the early years of the Honorable Supreme Court, the court used to resort to the sealed cover for protection of evidence, as the absence of sealing naturally gives rise to the argument that the recording medium might have been tampered with. Other purposes that we found the court resorting to the sealed cover were in cases concerning bids and tenders. That changed in the year 1972, when in the case of Unicam Laboratories and Walkman, the statements of a private company were presented to the court in a sealed cover. No objections are present on record regarding their presentation, or if the court itself asked for in a sealed cover. But what is important is the court's furnishing of reason as to why the documents could not be made public. The court stated that these statements could have been extracted in the judgment, but due to the fact that the company was a private company and the documents were presented in a sealed cover, therefore they could not be made public. This deserves attention because the court reasoned that the documents could not be made public as they were presented in a sealed cover. The sealed cover here acts as an authority which the court is supposed to rely on. Such a casual stance by the court in this case indicates that there might have been previous instances too where sealed cover was resorted to by the counsel, judges, but the written record of the same does not exist. As such, instances have not found place in the judgments. You must be remembering the Tada case, where evidences were frequently presented in the court in a sealed cover. The use of sealed covers to produce evidences derives its legitimacy from a combined reading of the Indian Evidence Act and the Supreme Court rules. The Evidence Act protects unpublished official documents relating to the affairs of the state and specifies that a public officer cannot be compelled to produce any information whose disclosure can be detrimental to public interest. As per the Indian Evidence Act, the burden of proof currently rests on the party who wishes to convince the court of a particular fact. In addition, Rule 7 of Order 13 of the Supreme Court specifically states that no party or person will have the right to receive documents that the Chief Justice directs to keep in a sealed cover. The only exception to this is when the Honorable Chief himself orders production of such a document to the opposite party. However, the need for a detailed explanation proving the unique necessity of a case to conceal information to protect public peace has not been mandated. The post-2000 era widened the ambit of sealed cover to investigation reports, reports in a court-ordered inquiry, report of the governor, status reports, and steps taken in an investigation. The most extensive use of the sealed cover has been observed in the case of Ratan N. Tata versus Union of India. There was a long list comprising a copy of complaint mentioned in the counter affidavit in a sealed cover. Even the report of the CBI was also presented in a sealed cover. In case of Board of Cricket, Cricket Control in India versus Cricket Association of Bihar, the Honorable Supreme Court accepted the statement of Justice Mudigal Committee as to why the report was being submitted in a sealed cover. Namely, that there were only allegations and were not established, and therefore the report was being submitted in sealed cover so as not to sully the reputation of any innocent person. The court went through the report and said that the allegations in the report submitted in sealed cover required verification and investigation, and that the allegations were relevant to the subject matter of the PIL. Now, in case of SEBI versus Sahara India, it is a very famous case. The Honorable Supreme Court stated that the press clippings be taken on record but should be kept in a sealed cover to maintain confidentiality in regard to the proposed transactions. In case of Sunil Bharti Mittal versus CBI, the court stated that since the matter was being monitored by the court, progress reports of investigations were filed from time to time in sealed envelopes, and after perusing certain documents in a sealed cover, the court directed CBI to take action in accordance with the views expressed by it. Currently, the jurisprudence surrounding sealed covers operates in a gray area. While secrecy is necessary in certain situations, it must be warranted beyond a reasonable doubt, particularly in cases against elected persons and state institutions which are both accountable to the public. This would provide a constitutional backing to this atypical procedure while retaining public trust in the discretion of the court and placing checks and balances on the court's use of balances on the court's power. The jurisdiction of the Supreme Court and the matter it here often have direct connection with the use of sealed covers. India's Supreme Court has such expanded powers that a variety of cases, including some highly sensitive ones, fall under its purview. These include defense deals or policy-related cases that will have a huge consequence on the economy of the country. In these cases, sealed envelopes become extremely important and their use becomes inevitable. You cannot have defense-related documents be discussed in public for everyone to see. It becomes a matter of national security. Even in private disputes, courts have in-camera proceedings. This is because even cases dealing with individuals' personal lives cannot be part of court records. In some cases, the sealed cover doctrine becomes essential. However, these have to be very narrowly defined. In every other case, the court should steer towards live streaming. Now, in coming to service jurisprudence, the sealed cover procedure is adopted when an employee is due for promotion. But disciplinary or criminal proceedings are pending against him at the relevant time, and hence the findings of his entitlement to the benefits are kept in a sealed cover to be opened after the proceedings in question are over. This aspect of the matter has been widely discussed in celebrated case of Union of India versus KV Janki Raman. I did not quote the citation. It is a leading case 91 for SCC, page 109. The same has again been discussed in the case of Urea versus Sudha, Food Corporation of India versus Ram. In case of Union of India and others versus Dr. Sudha Salhan, which finds place in 98 Supreme Court, page 394, it has been held that the recommendation of the departmental proceedings had been initiated or were pending. On its conclusion, final orders had not been passed by the appropriate, that if the officer against whom the departmental proceedings were initiated is ultimately exonerated, the sealed cover containing the recommendation of the Departmental Promotion Committee would be opened and the recommendation would be given effect to. In case of exoneration of employee, as censure is a minor penalty, the sealed cover could not be opened and the case of the employee considered for promotion. This particular view has been stated and discussed in the case of state of Madhya Pradesh versus I.A. Qureshi, reported in 98 9 Supreme Court cases, page 261. In the context of sealed cover procedure, the Honorable Supreme Court has pointed out that the decisions taken to initiate disciplinary proceeding is evident from the fact of the issue of the charge sheet. Now that is more relevant, which means dispatch of the charge sheet to the government servant, irrespective of it was because of connection. Am I audible?
Yes, my lord.
Yes, sir.
Somebody presents then this difficulty.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, audible.
We should
Audible.
continue.
Connection is main problem, my lord.
My lord,
Yes, sir.
definitely the problem which we are facing is there's some break, and whenever someone else starts presenting, the voice becomes feeble, my lord.
There should be an instruction to all that don't present, please.
Yes.
I would request each and every participant kindly not to present, and everyone kindly keep their microphone in the mute mode so that we can hear his lordships
Yes.
and there is no disruption in the connection.
Okay, we should continue, Rahul.
Yes, sir. Extremely sorry for the inconvenience, sir.
No, I am also sorry. What we were discussing is 98 Supreme Court, that Qureshi's case. Now, further, the Honorable Supreme Court has pointed out that the decision taken to initiate disciplinary proceeding is evident from the fact of issue of the charge sheet. That is more relevant. Now, those who appear in service matters, they are aware. I find Manoj Tandon is here, which means dispatch of the charge sheet to the government servant, irrespective of its actual service on him. The claim for retrospective promotion was rightly rejected when sealed cover procedure was rightly adopted. Sealed cover procedure is usually adopted in only one of two cases: ongoing investigations that form part of the police diary, and where information of a confidential or private nature is being disclosed. The idea in both these cases is obvious. The judicial process must not result in harming the course of investigation or cause harm to a party by revealing information. Now, one celebrated judgment, Coal India Limited versus Saroj Kumar Misra, that is reported in 2007 9 SEC page 625. Their Lordship had held that withholding of vigilance clearance in a case where neither charge sheet had been issued nor even the competent authority had formed an opinion for issue of charge held invalid. Therefore, the sealed cover procedure has to be weighed as to which stage the same is applicable. Now, further, in case of Bank of India versus Digala Surya Narayan, that is 95 Supreme Court, page 762. There, their Lordship had held that neither the sealed cover procedure could be adopted nor could the promotion due in the past be withheld on the ground of initiation of departmental inquiry at this stage. Withholding of promotion on the ground of departmental inquiry initiated subsequent to the date of consideration for promotion is impermissible. The sealed cover procedure is adopted when an employee is due for promotion, increment, etc., but disciplinary criminal proceedings are pending against him, and hence the finding as to his entitlement on the service benefit of promotion, increment are kept in a sealed cover to be opened after the proceeding in question are over. Now, in case of Delhi Jal Board versus Mohinder Singh, their Lordship had held that the right to be considered by the Departmental Promotion Committee is a fundamental right guaranteed under Article 14 and 16 of the Constitution of India, provided a person is eligible and is in the zone of consideration. The sealed cover procedure permits the question of promotion to be kept in abeyance till the result of any pending disciplinary inquiry. The findings of the disciplinary inquiry exonerating the officers would have to be given effect to, as they obviously relate back to the date on which the charges were framed. The mere fact that by the time the disciplinary proceedings in the first inquiry ended in his favor, and by the time the seal was opened to give effect to, another departmental inquiry was started by the department, would not come in the way of giving him the benefit of assessment by the first DPC in his favor in the anterior selection. The doctrine of sealed cover definitely goes against the citizens' right to know and militates against the Supreme Court functions of public reasoning. The noticeable aspect in the recent surge of seeking evidence in sealed covers is the type of cases the Supreme Court has applied this practice. All these cases involved individuals challenging the government's narrative and claimed violation of fundamental rights. The recent cases that underline the reliance on sealed cover jurisprudence are the arrest of 5 human rights activists for allegedly conspiring to target Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In case of Romila Thapar versus Union of India, the Rafale jet deal Manohar Sharma versus Narendra Modi, and another PIL, ADR versus Union of India, alleging that the Modi's government electoral bonds scheme brings opaqueness and anonymity in political funding and goes against the citizens' right to know. In all these cases, citizens challenge the state machinery, and rather than factoring in power asymmetry between citizens and the state and questioning the government's version more aggressively, the Supreme Court took recourse to the state's version without any scope for counterfactual questions. The use of sealed cover is being treated as a norm and not as an exception. The court orders do not bear justification or reasons for taking recourse to sealed cover. There is not even a verbal commitment to evaluate if public interest is better served by concealment of facts or disclosure. Secrecy on certain matters seem to be the default response. Sealed covers have been allowed in cases where facts presented by the state needed to be debated and examined to settle the question of law. The only exception to open justice system allowing for sealed cover could be instances where individuals' privacy or security warrants it. But the court seemed to have turned the presumption upside down by implicitly siding with the state and not the citizens. The Supreme Court asking for information in sealed covers is one of its many innovations in procedures to ensure complete justice. Sealed cover doctrine is in vogue now, but other examples include the dilution of locus standi in public interest litigation. These innovations are a problematic reading of the law to begin with, and their mindless application in every case will turn this into an epidemic simply because it is convenient. Today's order to the Election Commission, the legal question before the court is the powers of the Election Commission to prohibit the release of a film. Instead of debating that question, the court asked the Election Commission to review the film and give its opinion in a sealed envelope. There is no reason why this should be privileged information. It is no one's case that court doesn't have the power to make such innovations, but the court cannot use its power in a completely arbitrary manner. There are instances where efforts to contain information can be justified when it is related to an ongoing investigation or when it can prejudice rights of a party. The court has arrogated itself by withholding information from public and even states in some instances because it is sensitive. The use of sealed covers to produce evidence derives its legitimacy from a combined reading of the Indian Evidence Act and the Supreme Court rules. The Evidence Act protects unpublished official documents relating to the affairs of the state and specifies that a public officer cannot be compelled to produce any information whose disclosure can be detrimental to public interest. As per the Indian Evidence Act, the burden of proof currently rests on the party who wishes to convince the court of a particular fact. Now, Rule 7 of Order 13 of the Supreme Court specifically states that no party or person will have the right to receive documents that the Chief Justice directs to keep in a sealed cover. The only exception to this is when the Chief Justice himself orders production of such a document to the opposite party. However, the need for a detailed explanation proving the unique necessity of a case to conceal information to protect public peace has not been mandated. The recent bail orders passed in favor of, you must be knowing that Chidambaram's case in INX Media case strongly criticized the use of sealed covers and the reliance of the courts on such evidence in their verdict. This is in stark contrast to the widespread use of sealed covers in Alok Verma's case. BCCI investigation, Bhima Koregaon case, Rafale jet deal, controversy, and the implementation of the NRC. An inconsistency in the court's stance on sealed covers can be attributed to the lack of defined safeguards to deter over exploitation of them. The ability to produce documents aids one's rights to defend oneself and the right to a free and fair trial. In the recent Supreme Court judgment in case of P. Gopalakrishnan versus the state of Kerala. The court said that fair disclosure by the prosecution to the accused in a constitutional mandate. The court, relying on section 207 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, held that even in cases where during investigation a document is bona fide obtained by the investigating agency and in the opinion of the prosecutor is relevant and would help in arriving at the truth, that document should also be disclosed to the accused. This was also seen in the case of INX Media in the order passed by the Supreme Court on 4th of December 2019. The High Court invoked its discretionary ability to rely on material which was not disclosed to the accused, which was criticized by the Honorable Apex Court. The Honorable Apex Court had refrained from assessing evidence in the sealed covers in order to avoid prejudicing the accused pre-trial. It was observed that it would be open for the court to peruse the documents. It would be against the concept of fair trial if in every case the prosecution presents documents in sealed cover and the findings on the same are recorded as if the offense is committed and the same is treated as having a bearing for denial or grant of bail. On the other hand, there are several instances where sealed cover evidence has been admitted without any sufficient reasoning for the same. For instance, in the suspension of the ex-CBI chief Alok Verma, the Supreme Court stated that the failure to use sealed covers would hamper public trust in the CBI. However, such reasoning potentially establishes a precedent for any cases involving public institutions to follow suit, as they could all conceivably impact public trust. Similarly, in BCCI spot fixing scandal, it was argued that sealed covers were necessary in order to protect the identity of individuals charged in the case, lest they are innocent. Again, this could be applicable to every criminal matter, as there is a presumption of innocence, thus illustrating the limited burden of proof in justifying the need for sealing covers. The Indian Evidence Act and the Supreme Court merely address the ability of the court to conceal the contents of certain documents submitted before it as evidence. However, the lack of a clear law leads to contradictory views within the Supreme Court, leading to the law being ambiguous and unjust. The judiciary is predicated on testing the legality of the legislature and executive's exercise of power. In such crucial verdicts, it is vital that the party suggesting that the disclosure of evidence risk public outrage or national security proves the presence of an undeniable and imminent threat. This would validate the need for concealing the document from the party against whom the content is being used and the public. On the other hand, critics have argued that there are several instances where sealed cover evidence has been admitted without any sufficient reasoning for the same. For instance, in the suspension of the ex-CBI chief Alok Verma, the Supreme Court stated that the failure to use sealed covers would hamper public trust in CBI. Similarly, in BCCI case, that spot fixing scandal, it was argued that sealed covers were necessary in order to protect the identity of the individuals charged in the case, lest they are innocent. Indian Evidence Act and the Supreme Court merely address the ability of the court to conceal the contents of the certain documents submitted before it as evidence. However, the lack of a clear law leads to contradictory views within the Supreme Court, leading to the law being ambiguous. Currently, the jurisprudence surrounding sealed covers Now, आगे बढ़ो. There are no historical records of sealed cover practice in courts, but there are instances of what is known as in-camera trials. Cases which are sensitive in nature are heard in closed chambers. This is done so that documents submitted or arguments made remain away from the public clear. But even in these cases, copies of documents that are submitted by one party to the bench is also with the opposite party. However, documents are not shared with the opposite party in cases concerning national security. This happened in the Rafale's case. In such instances, the court has to decide if some documents are super secret before taking them on record. The Supreme Court asked the Election Commission in April 2019 to watch the biopic PM Narendra Modi and submit its decision in a sealed envelope. This was not the first time the court had asked for documents to be submitted in sealed covers. Electoral bonds, Rafale deal, National Registry of Citizens, and loan defaulters list from the RBI were some of the previous sealed that from part of the police diary and where information or a confidential or private nature is being disclosed. Now, it is argued that apart from their inexplicable nature, such orders fundamentally against the cardinal principle of an open court. They violate the principle of natural justice as well, preventing parties from having a full appreciation of the facts of the case. Sealed envelopes are important in sensitive cases that have huge consequences on India's economy. The jurisdiction of our Supreme Court and the matter it hears often have direct connection with the use of sealed covers. India's Supreme Court has said that a variety in these cases, sealed envelopes become extremely important and their use. We cannot have defense related documents be discussed in public for everyone. Even in disputes, courts have in-camera proceedings. This is because even cases dealing with individuals' personal lives can of court records. In some cases, the sealed cover doctrine becomes essential. Critics say regarding those arrest of 5 human rights, we have already dealt with. It is debated that in all these cases, citizens challenge the state machinery and rather than factoring in the power in the state machinery and rather than factoring between citizens and the state and questioning the government's version more aggressively, the Supreme Court took recourse to the state version without any scope for counterfactual questions. Now, it is a common question that sealed covers and judicial transparency, how to strike a balance. Transparency in judicial proceedings and open hearings have been a topic of public debate dating back centuries. Secrecy being an instrument of conspiracy ought never to be the system of a regular government. There is no doubt that the courts in appropriate cases must resort to sealed cover doctrine. The safety and security of the nation and its people is paramount. Sometimes the relationship with other countries or treaties obligation is to be honored. The courts in India have rarely resorted to sealed cover practices. People have immense faith in judiciary. It is the last hope for them and it has always lived up to nation's expectations. Justice Chalmeshwar once said, if some material comes to me in a sealed cover and which in my opinion would be absolutely dangerous for national security, then I would record it saying that there is some sensitive material which, if revealed to the public, would be detrimental to national security. I would keep that confidential and order it to be revealed maybe after 5 years or such time when its revelation is not detrimental to the national security. Justice Shah, the retired Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, he never sought any submission in a sealed cover except in the rarest of the cases. He would seek such submission in instances of ongoing criminal investigations. The court can seek sealed cover submissions for information which is contested to be privileged, but in such situation should only decide whether that information is privileged or not. The court should not look at anything unless it is going to share it with the other side. If he wants to look at something which it does not want to share with the other side, then the court cannot take that into account at all. Before I conclude, I must say that the sealed cover procedure is usually adopted in one of two cases. The idea in both the cases is obvious. The judicial process must not result in harming the course of investigation or cause harm to a party by revealing information. Take any situation as an opportunity. Judiciary now ready like any other field. When engineers working with American companies can work from home, it's time for judiciary, and also judiciary has proved it. अंधकार को दूर कर जो प्रकाश फैला दे, बुझी हुई आस में विश्वास जो जगा दे, जब लगे नामुमकिन कोई चीज, उसे मुमकिन बनाने की राह जो दिखा दे. That is judiciary. Necessity may be the mother of invention, but technology is its midwife. The Supreme Court of India's use of video conferencing to take up urgent matters while regular hearings stand suspended in all courts during the lockdown period has the potential to accelerate the pace at which technology could be adopted by the judiciary at all levels. At time when social distancing is being emphasized as the only way to slow down the spread of COVID-19, the specter of crowded court premises continues to haunt litigants, lawyers, and judges alike. This is an apt moment to partially explore, experiment, and adopt the viability of electronic courts. I am tempted to quote the words of late Raj Kapoor in the film Mera Naam Joker. The show must go on. This is what the judiciary is concerned about. The show must go on. The crises come and go, but the normal affairs of life should not be put on halt. This pandemic will not come in the way of functioning of the courts. Maybe it is virtual court through which we are functioning, but justice is being delivered, not denied. Before parting, I would like personally to thank and praise the entire team for a stupendous task undertaken by them in managing the entire affairs for organizing this program. Particularly, Learned Advocate General Mr. Rahul Sabu and the other persons who took part in organizing this valuable webinar. I further cannot forget to thank the technical team without whom the webinar would not have been successful. Lastly, I would like to quote Bhagavad Gita, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्फल में हेतु बुर्माते संगोत्स कर्मणि योगस्थ कुरु कर्मणि संग त्यक्त्वा धनंजय सिद्धि सिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा समत्व योग उच्यते. I am very thankful to all the advocates of this High Court, senior advocates, those whom I find on the screen, and those who are not on the screen also. I also find some eminent professors from Patna who are witness to this webinar, and I am very much thankful to my colleagues who were also there, and particularly again I am thankful to Rahul Sabu, who took pain to organize this webinar. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Everybody.
And,
Thank you to everybody.
thank you so much, sir, for the deliberations made by you. Your lordships have beautifully explained the various facets and reasons for the usage of sealed cover. Now, I would request the participants, if they have any query, they may put it in the chat box, and so that I may read it aloud, and lordships may be pleased to answer the queries raised by the participants. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Sir, I have a question from from one of the advocates, Mr. Mohan Dubey. He had he has a query that whether the doctrine of sealed cover and fair trial are contradictory in nature.
Not at all. Not at all. It is a debatable. Perhaps Mohan Dubey, if participated in this webinar, he must have heard me. There is no such rule, and what I emphasized that it was the Honorable Apex Court which has directed as per the rules I have also quoted. Now, fair trial does not come. This seal cover procedure does not come a bar to the fair trial. Of course, we can say that there is a violation of natural justice, but when and how it is applicable, I think I have dealt with it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And there is another query made by Advocate Prakash Kumar.
Yes.
So he had put in a question that if any sealed envelope is tampered and the contents are somehow manipulated and read, then what is the legal remedy and the legal sanctity?
Now look here. Now, this whenever we talk of seal cover, it means that the documents are secret documents, and none else. It is only the court who has to go through the documents. Now, if it is tampered, then the only way out is to make an inquiry. There is no other way, and to punish those persons who were found guilty and come with the original documents.
The law will take its own course.
Yes, any other question?
Any other questions to be put before his lordships?
I can raise a.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Bhanu Kumarji.
My lords,
Yes.
first of all, our regards and pranams, my lords. After 5 months, I am seeing my lords. I'm very happy. My lords, one question. It relates to seal cover procedure adopted in service matters. It pertains to that field, my lords. My lords have mentioned about the landmark and classic case of Union of India versus KV Janki. My lords, sometimes we face difficulty. There is a bit of gray area in the sense, my lord, that they speak about departmental proceeding and criminal proceeding. When criminal proceeding, departmental proceeding is pending, the word used is pending, then it has to be kept in sealed cover, my lord, by the DPC. Now, when it is pending, in departmental proceeding, it is crystal clear, my lord, that when charge memo that is drawn, my lord, it is issued, then it is pending, my lord, from that point of time. But in a criminal case, my lord, charge sheet is served. Now, my lord, charge sheet is submitted. There is a confusion. Some people think that when charge sheet is served, filed by the police, it is pending. But, my lord, in various office memorandum of DOPT, we find that the date, relevant date would be the date of submission of police report, charge sheet, of which the magistrate takes cognizance. So it is contingent, because, my lord, charge sheet may go both ways. It may end in, my lord, the starting of trial, or it may be rejected outrightly by the court. So on this point, I want some expert opinion, my lord, on the basis of experience, because this issue.
Bhanu Kumar ji, I think these issues have already been explained, and particularly for this particular issue, I referred several judgments, the lead judgments. I had cited those judgments. Now it is clearly mentioned. Now, right from K.V. Janaki Raman's case and Surya Narayan's case and other cases which I cited just now. Now, the sealed cover deals both in departmental proceeding as well as in criminal proceeding. Now, the sole issue is that submission in court also, I think Manoj Tandon was appearing when I dealt with this issue. Now it is very clear, there is nothing confusion about it. Now, when a departmental proceeding is said to be initiated, the departmental proceeding is said to be initiated the moment charge sheet is submitted. The sealed cover is attracted only in case of when a charge sheet is submitted. I had dealt with when there is no charge sheet, they cannot resort to sealed cover procedure. This aspect has also been dealt with. Now, similar view, this is also in criminal cases as well as in departmental proceedings. These issues are no more res integra. It has been clarified, crystal clear. There is no iota of confusion regarding this. I hope I am clear. Yes, Rahul.
केस फंसा हुआ है इसमें, इसीलिए यही आंसर ले रहे हैं।
ऐसा केस हम लोग हुजूर क्या नहीं, इसमें हुजूर थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन।
Yes, Rahul.
Your Lordship,
Yes.
I want to ask something.
Yes, Professor Akhari.
Yes, thank you, Lordship.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I am Dr. Rashmi Akhari, Head Department of Economics, College of Commerce, Arts and Science, Patna,
Yes.
Constituent Unit of Patliputra University, Patna. Thank you, Lordship, for giving me this opportunity to participate in your webinar. Although I am a very layman, you can say, I don't have any idea about it, but what I have heard now, one question came to my mind. If the transparency and accountability form the cornerstone of Indian jurisprudence, is the practice of sealed cover being misused?
Now,
Thank you,
look
Lord.
here. Yes. Till date, regarding sealed cover, no such law has been laid down. Now, in recent years, only particularly in Rafale's case, in Narendra Modi's case, in BCCI case, what we have seen that Supreme Court is insisting to file the documents in sealed cover. Now, what I said earlier also, and the law comes to its safeguard, that sealed cover procedure is only resorted to when national security is at stake. So Supreme Court using often the sealed cover procedure, so it can be said that it is discretion of the judges. I've also said something while I was giving my lecture and demonstrating through certain judgments. I very well remember that I also said that these procedures are against the provision of natural justice. But no such law has been laid down till date. It is as per the discretion of the judges and as per taking into account the national security.
Thank you,
So-
Lordship. Thank you.
Yes.
I just wanted to put
So
one
we
question.
cannot- Yes. Subhasis Soren.
Plus one
Yes.
question, Milord. Plus, if we read 207 CRPC, Milord, it comes in that stage that the 164 statement of the confession, be it confession or the statement of the witnesses, Milord. 164 statement is being supplied when 207 CRPC stage comes, Milord. But then there are practices in various civil courts where certified copies are being given to the accused persons, and those certified copies are being used in bail applications, Milord, by making an annexures. That is before 207 CRPC stage. If somebody files a bail application, in that sense, Milord, 164 mandates that it has to be into a sealed cover. One magistrate, if records 164, it has to forward the 164 statement to the concerned magistrate in under a sealed cover, Milord. So even if this practice is there to give under seal cover, nonetheless there is no rules in the with this effect, Milord. But then the Act itself indicates that it has to go to the concerned magistrate. And while reading 207, it says that it is the stage of 207, the 164 statement has to be given to the accused, not before that. So, Milord, can we say there are many instances where, let's take an example that if there is a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship where the girl wants to reside with the husband or the boyfriend, there are 161 statement giving in favoring the guy, boy, Milord. And still, because of this sealed cover practice, Milord, if the certified copies are not being utilized or not being looked into at a relevant point of time, will that not harm the accused person in that sense, Milord? Because
Now look here, law will take its own course, and what is in the Act, that has to be followed. Now, what you are saying, now it has to be decided by the concerned judge, that whether the document which is in sealed cover, whether transparency has to be there, or whether it is in violation of the concerned criminal jurisprudence. All these things have to be examined. Here we have to examine, when we are talking of sealed cover, that whether sealed cover procedure, when adopted, when it is applicable, there is no such rule defined. So it depends on case to case. It depends on case to case, and the concerned presiding officer, the concerned judge has to examine it. It is open for him. It is nowhere it is said that there is an enactment for sealed cover procedure. You have to follow this. In this case, you have to use it. In this case, you don't have to use it. The Act is very much there, what you have referred. So they have to go through the Act, follow the procedures. I hope I'm clear.
Yes,
My Lord, could I put a query, my Lord? Pandey Neeraj Rai.
Yes.
Very, very grateful, my Lord, for this ever enlightening talk. Attending my Lord's court has always been a learning experience. So was today's session. My Lord, just one thing is what is coming out in my mind. So far as service matters are concerned, my Lord, am I audible?
Yes, you are very much audible.
Yes. So far as service matters are concerned, the seal cover doctrine says that the outcome of departmental promotion committee's meeting is kept in the seal cover so far as that particular person is concerned who is suffering a departmental proceeding or a criminal charge. The question which comes to my mind is, what is the harm in disclosing the outcome? Don't give effect to it. One may not give effect to the outcome of departmental of the promotion committee's meeting, and if the decision is in favor of promotion, it may not be granted to him till it is pending. What is the harm in disclosing? That troubles my mind. There is nothing which is going to harm anybody if the disclosure is made. And
Now
it would settle the.
Look, what you are saying, that has nothing to do with the sealed cover procedure. It is completely a different issue to be debated. Now, the service law clearly says that in case of promotion, when a case is pending in a departmental proceeding, when it is pending, when sealed cover procedure has been adopted, when charge sheet is there, then it will depend on the outcome of the proceeding. Now, it is a safeguard that it has been, in several cases, it has been dealt with, that unless you are exonerated, you cannot claim for promotion.
Yes.
All right. Now you say whether exonerated or punished, why it should be kept in sealed cover? Why not the employee should be made known to him that what has been done? Because then what is the purpose of sealed cover? Then what is the purpose of sealed cover?
The purpose which I could...
Just I am putting a question to you.
Yes, the purpose was not to give effect to it till one is
Look
facing
here,
it. Disqualification.
Look here. Yes, in any case,
Yes.
the rules have to be followed.
Yes.
Rules have to be followed. Now in service jurisprudence, rules are framed.
Yes.
It is framed for following it. And therefore, this sealed cover, now it has, nowadays, service jurisprudence, that is always there. Therefore, I referred many cases regarding that.
Yes.
Now, nowadays, this issue is coming up because the Supreme Court, in many cases, they are following the sealed cover procedure.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Now, the question is, the big question to be answered is whether the sealed cover procedure can be adopted only when there is a threat to the national security, or that happened in Rafale's case, or
Yes.
it is discretion of the court, or it is discretion of the only Supreme Court to ask for any documents by the order of the Chief Justice to be kept in sealed cover. All these things are debatable, open,
Yes.
till date. No law has been let down. So the present situation is just like
Continues to be a very sensitive issue. Very difficult to be settled also. We're grateful, man.
yes.
Uh,
Rahul.
Any more and yes, sir, any more and further queries to be, sir, I think lot of queries have been put to your lordships, and lordships have been pleased to enlighten us on the doctrine of sealed cover. Now, I may request Advocate Mr. Avnish Ranjan Mishra to kindly convey the vote of thanks to our Honorable Justice Dr. S.N. Pathak for his deliberations made to us.
Thank you very much, Sabuji. Thank you. Very good afternoon to all. First of all, I would like to thank to Mr. Rahul Sabu for giving me immense pleasure to deliver vote of thanks to all the dignitaries. Thanks once again to Sabuji for organizing such informative series of webinar. Subsequent to that, I would like to thank to my lords. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot from the bottom core of my heart. Thank you for such highly informative, entertaining speech this afternoon, my lords. And thank you very much for stunning presence of my lords over the subject. The way my lords explained that on one hand secrecy is necessary and on another hand it creates doubt. In spite of all these things, why sealed cover doctrine becomes essential, the way in which my lords has explained the topic, followed by several judgments delivered by Honorable Apex Court, was simply unparalleled one. I would like to thank to my lords for my lords' pithy, precise and downright analysis of the subject topic this afternoon. I would like to thanks to my lords with 4 sentences, with my lords very kind permission. समर में घाव खाता है, समर युद्ध को कहते हैं, समर में घाव खाता है उसी का मान होता है, छिपा उस वेदना में एक अमर बलिदान होता है, सृजन में चोट खाता है जो छेनी हथौड़ी का, वही पाषाण मंदिर में कहीं भगवान होता है. So these 4 sentences are towards my lords. Lastly, I would like to thank all the participants. Once again, I thank one and all present here. in this gala occasion webinar organized by Rahul Sabu. Thank you everyone. Thanks a lot.
Lastly, I would say, एक चीज मैं कहना चाहूंगा, अगर मुझसे कोई त्रुटि हुई हो तो इसके लिए क्षमा चाहता हूँ.
Obliged lordships, and we are thankful your lordships for time which your lordships has been spared from his busy schedule, and lordships, we are indeed enlightened by the deliberations made by your lordship.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We all feel
Thank you. Thank you, Lordship.
Thank you, my lords.
we all are enlightened.
चलो.
Obliged, my lord.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
हेलो साबू जी.
राजीव भैया को प्रणाम.
अरे जय जय हो. बहुत
जय जय
सुंदर,
भैया.
बहुत सुंदर.
कैसे हैं भैया?
कितने